record button. And we are going to get started on today's cozy cardio program. So let's start with just a little bit of a warm up um, to get us started. So let's start with some arm circles. We'll do a few in each direction here. Just loosen up those shoulders and take it backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do some side bends. Stretch out that side body. So today's program, we're going to be doing lower impact, moderate intensity cardio program using just your body weight. And let's see where we are. Torso twist. Stabilize your lower body and just twist that upper body back and forth. When we talk about moderate intensity, you're looking to be at about somewhere between 50 and 70% of your heart rate max. Heart rate max, quick figure, not necessarily exact, but 220 minus your age, that would give you your max. 50 to 70% of that would be where you want to start out. Let's do some knee grabs here. If you're judging it by a 1 to 10 scale, you want to be somewhere around a 6. And that would be like if you were out kind of walking, a little bit of a power walk, you're still able to have a bit of a conversation with a friend, but you wouldn't be busting out an aria or something. American Heart Association recommends that we do minimum about 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity activity for the fullest health benefits. I'm going to do some hip circles, lift it up, out, and down. So, adding a little 20-minute or so cardio program in regularly will go a long way towards helping you meet that goal. And the nice thing about cardio workouts is that they're cumulative. So you don't have to do it all in one shot, but you want to be out there for probably at least 10 minutes or so, just so your heart rate gets up and you get some of the cardio benefits from it. I do some hip circles here where we go all the way around. Go a few in each direction. So in the Northeast, it's not always easy to get out and get your regular walks in, but moderate intensity cardio would be things, go the opposite direction, would be things like light jog, power walk, swimming, biking, things like that. But these little programs like this you can do in the house, and it's fun for the whole family. I'm just gonna stretch out the front of my leg here, go back on each side. Just get a little stretch in, and then lean forward and stretch the hamstring. Reach down towards your toes, stretch out that hamstring. So today's program, we're going to be doing about 25 minutes or so of actual work. How we've got this structured is we're going to do 7 exercises. I'm going to get this timer here. I like to use a timer so that I keep on track time-wise when I'm doing a program for you, but you don't have to use a timer. You can go by repetitions. We're going to do 7 exercises. We're going to do the exercise for 45 seconds, and then there'll be a 15-second interlude where if your heart rate is really high or you're getting out of range, slow down a little bit, or do an active rest where you're just moving, just stay marching or moving, whatever it is. And during that time, I'll show you the next exercise. We're going to go through that cycle 3 times, and we will have a 1-minute break in between each where you can grab yourself a drink. So our first exercise that we're going to do is just a little fast feet jog. I'm not even taking my toes off the ground, and I got my arms pumping with it. So we're just going to get ourselves warmed up with a little fast feet jog. As soon as the timer starts, about 5 seconds, we'll get 45 seconds of that in. So here we go. You ready? And we're jogging. Little fast feet jog. Pump those arms. 45 seconds. That'll get your heart rate up. Your tempo is based on where you're at. If yours looks more like this, that's okay. Remember, it's all individual. Your 50 to 70% heart rate is going to be different than mine. Mine is going to be different than somebody who perhaps is a runner or a marathoner. So everything you're doing, you're going at your pace. And any movement you have is better than sitting on the couch. Okay, you got a little 15-second recovery here. From here, we're going to go into jumping jacks or step outs. If you're cardio, really, high level cardio, you might be doing the jump. I'm going to do the step out. Back and forth. Get those arms moving. Up and over. Now, if you have little hand weights, perhaps, or wrist weights that you use if you're out walking, you can always use those during a program like this. You could use light dumbbells or even water bottles if you wanted to add some resistance to it. But just remember, when you're doing something, kind of moving on the quicker side through things, keep those weights light because the risk of injury gets higher as you do that. Okay, we're almost there. And recovery. Again, recovery can be complete stop if you need to capture breath or just light movement. Next one is we're going to be doing crunches, side to side. Okay, here we go. 45 seconds. Think about squeezing those obliques, those side muscles in your core as you squeeze down towards the knee. Back and forth. Here we go. 45 seconds of each exercise, 15-second active recovery. Whoops, 7 exercises total. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, next up, we're going to be doing a little bit of a squat. Take it up and kick it out. Bring it down, take it up, kick it out. Now, if that kick is not comfortable for you, you're just coming up and down on that squat, okay? So here we go. Down, kick it out. Take it down, kick it out. In that squat, we're sitting down and back, kicking that leg out. Down and back. Here we go. Good to work on balance with this as well. Just spending some time on one leg at a time. Here we go. Down, kick it out. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, next up, we're going to move side to side. 1, 2, drop. 1, 2, drop. Touch either your knee or your toe if you can get down there, okay? And here we go, side to side. It's always good to add some movement in where it's not just front to back. Different planes of motion. Moving side to side is a good switch up from that. Most of our activity, if you think about it, relies on moving front to back, always in forward motion. Here we go. Shuffle. If you have more space, feel free to shuffle out further. Okay. Next exercise is our skater jump. So you're just gonna take it side to side, tap behind you, okay? Stepping side to side with a tap behind. Want to get those arms moving. Here we go. A little hop in there, or just step it out, whatever works for you. Back and forth. Keep that heart rate somewhere around that 60% range. A couple words out, but you're certainly not singing a full song. Okay, recovery. Our last exercise. Lean against something or down on the floor. We're doing mountain climbers. So you're driving one knee at a time towards your chest. Okay, and here we go. It's like an angled march, basically. And if you can't do this, then just stand straight up and do a high knee march, okay? And again, your pace might be very different than my pace. You could be much faster or slower, it does not matter. You're lapping everybody who's sitting on the couch. Two, one, and rest. Okay, that is our circuit. Grab a drink if you need it. We've got a minute in between, little recovery time. I'm going to keep moving a little just to keep that heart rate elevated a little bit. We're going to go through that same exact program for 2 more rounds. And then we will have had a good 20 some minutes of moderate intensity, lower impact, or high impact if you're jumping, and that's where your cardio fitness level is. But moderate or impact cardio. So a couple times a week of that, a good walk a few times a week, and you are hitting that 150 minutes recommended. Okay, remember our first exercise, fast feet with a jog. Little fast feet jog. 45 seconds. I always find it amazing that depending on what you're doing, 45 seconds can go by in a snap, or it can feel like a very long time. This kind of goes to show that time can sometimes be, although as an absolute, relative. Okay, finish your jog. 3, 2, 1, and breath. We're going into our jumping jack step outs next, okay? Side to side. Ooh, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. You ready? Get those arms pumping. Squeeze your fist and add tension. You'll work those shoulders and arms a little bit too, just by adding that extra tension. Here we go. 45 seconds. Okay. Ooh, arms are getting tired. And rest. Okay, next step, we've got those oblique crunches, okay? Side to side. And here we go. Settle in. Crunch, crunch. So you want to have your shoulders down and back, core tight, lifting side to side. Squeezing down with the elbow as it meets the knee to feel that crunch in your side body. And remember, your pace is individual. One and done. Okay, we're moving on to that squat. When you come up, you're doing a kick. alternating legs. If you're not doing the kick, that's perfectly fine. You're just up and down in the squat, okay? So here we are, sitting down and back and kick. There we go. Kick it out. Back. Come up and kick it out. Okay. Yeah. Almost there. Hang in there. Couple more. And rest. Woohoo. Okay. Next up is our shuffle side to side. Okay. Side, drop it down. Going back and forth. A little bit of lateral movement. Here we go. Stay low. 1, 2, 1, 2. Stay nice and low. Put it down and back as you reach for that foot. Or if you're only getting to your knee, that's okay. 10 seconds left here. Stick with it. 3, 2, and down. Woohoo! 2 more exercises here. We've got those skater jumps. Okay, arms are swinging back and forth. Okay. Woo. Here we go. And hop, hop, hop. Foot goes behind. That's it. Get that hop. If not, you're just stepping it back. Okay. Only one more exercise left after this. And then we've got 1 round left. Should be feeling pretty warm by now. If you were with me last week, 3, 2, 1, and yes. You probably heard me mention we're going to do the mountain climbers next, okay? So you're either bent over doing it or you're high march, okay? And these are fun things to do. Here we go. With the kiddos at home too. And I use the timer, as I mentioned, to keep me on track for the program. But I also love it because it kind of takes the thought out of, oh, how many did I do? Am I keeping track? And you just end up moving. A little bit like Pavlov's dog. As soon as the buzzer buzzes, you start moving. And when it stops, you stop. Makes it very easy. And I found when my kids were younger that they always loved getting involved. And the fact that all these movements are body weight movements, even for the littles, they're perfectly safe for them to do their version of the exercise. So, the family's all home around, it's cold outside, and everybody needs to move. You can put together a little circuit like this and get the kiddos involved. And it's good for them too, because they need regular activity as much as we do, and actually more. Their requirements are higher than the average adult, that they should be getting activity every day and, getting their heart rates up, running, playing, jumping. But these kind of activities that we're doing here today, kids can do jumping jacks, little sit down squats, some hops, bunny hops, jogging in place, lots of things they can do. You can just put together a few movements, set a timer, or just do it together, and you can start moving. Okay, we're back to our jog. Here we go. Last round here. 7 exercises away from finishing your cozy cardio. And this should keep you warmed up no matter how cold it is outside for a good few hours. Get your blood pumping. It's also good for your brain. Cardio exercise, great for your heart, great for your body, but it's also really good for your brain, for cognition, because that blood flow up to your brain refreshes, clears away the debris. So, really important for brain health as well. So, not just for your heart. If you're stuck on something, you've been at the desk for hours and you're stuck on a program, get up and move a little bit. It might shake things loose. Okay, we're on to our jumping jack step outs. Okay, side to side. A little walk midday. And if you can get outside, bundle up and get outside. That fresh air is awesome for re energizing, revitalizing, and re engaging that brain to help you get through whatever work and projects you have to do. Okay, jumping jack step outs. Ooh, this one's making my arms tired. And we're done. Okay, we've got those side to side crunches next. Okay, keep your movement going. We have those crunches coming up. If you're having trouble with the crunch, go to those deep side bends. Okay, you'll work that same muscle group, but without having to lift off the floor. There we go. Back and forth. Feel that crunch. Squeeze. Drive from your core. Think about what muscle we want to be using as we lift the legs and bring the elbow down. Here we go. I was cold when we started, had my down vest on, and now I'm pretty warmed up. Here we go. Next up, we've got our squats with the kick out. Okay, so gonna move little squat down, and remember, if you're just doing the squats, that's fine too. Wherever you're at, here we go. Step it down, kick it out. Sit it down, kick it out. Want those squats to be sitting back and down. Try to come level with the floor and kick out. When you're squatting, you don't want your knees collapsing. You want to be pushing out with your knees as you sit down and back, okay? I always say, think you're got a paper towel with a seam between your feet and you're pushing your feet out, trying to break that seam. That's a good cue for any time you're doing any kind of squatting exercise. Put it down and back. One more in there. Oh, squeeze that one in. Okay. We're going to do our little side to side shuffle next. Remember, side to side, try to get down, touch the toe. If not, the thigh, the knee, wherever you can go. Sit it down and 1, 2, drop. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And done. Hey, skater jumps or skater step backs, wherever you're at. Use that 15 seconds. Gather, get back to that heart range that's working. Here we go. That's it. Step it back. Just one more exercise left, and you have completed this week's cozy cardio program. I have a chat box open, and I will stick around for a few minutes after. If you want to ask a question, make a comment, just say hello. It'll be up there. Whew. Okay, mountain climbers or high knee marches. Last exercise. Here we go. Whew. 45 seconds, and you are done. Drive those knees. Phew. There we go. Two, one, and done. Congratulations. You have completed another week of cozy cardio. I'm just going to stop the recording here.